My name is Caitlin Andersen, and I am a postgraduate strategist with Crimson. I have an undergraduate degree in technical communication from the University of Texas at San Antonio, where I studied professional communication, branding, and technical writing. I graduated summa cum laude with a GPA of 4.0 and first in my class of 1,668 students. After graduating, I began working with small businesses to help them with strategy, operations, and branding. 4 years in, I decided to go back to school and I got my MBA from the University of Oxford. After graduating, I worked in South Africa and the United States for for-profit and nonprofit firms as a strategy consultant. 15 years ago, as a favor to family and friends, I began helping them with school applications, scholarship writing, and essays. The little victory moments that we shared when somebody would get into school or they would improve their writing grade from a C to an A was so fulfilling for me that I realized this is my life's passion. After graduating from Oxford, I found Crimson and began doing this full time. I've helped students gain access to all the top universities in the US, UK, and Europe, but what is most fulfilling for me is giving my students access to the opportunities that are meant for them that will change the trajectory of their careers and lives. Getting an MBA is valuable because it helps you to advance your career. For example, if you want to transition into a new industry or a different job function, the MBA is the perfect place for you to do this. The explorative aspect of the MBA is what is so valuable about the program. If you aren't exactly sure which industry you want to be in or what job would be right for you, this is the perfect place for you to figure it out. You will gain access to a range of classes, modules, group project work, fellowships abroad, even competitions that by partaking in these, you will see your perspective broaden and ideas will start to occur to you about where you want to be and how to get there. The other really nice thing about the MBA is that it's valued in every industry. So even highly technical fields like engineering value the MBA because they need the business skills to help their firms to succeed. Some people go to get the MBA because they want to develop a business. So if you're an entrepreneur, that you're in the early stages of your venture and you want to gain funding or refine your business plan or attract a co-founder, the MBA is a great place to do that. The UK is an ideal place to get your MBA because London is the financial capital of the world and home to many international businesses. Perhaps one of the most valuable things about getting your MBA in the UK is that the classes are highly international. It truly is a melting pot of people from all over the world with very diverse backgrounds and perspectives. My class at Oxford was 94% international. When I first came to Oxford to interview for the MBA, I attended a networking event where I was talking with an individual from Russia, and I was telling him about the business that I was working with at the time, and he commented, "Oh, that would never work in Russia." After he explained why, I realized I had never really considered scaling internationally because the business was small and we were at the early stages of our growth. But even having those discussions was so exciting to me. In addition to becoming a member of the business school network, you will also gain access to a network with your college. So you'll have these two very strong networks that you can tap into in the later stages of your career if necessary. The final great thing about getting your MBA in the UK is that Europe is within easy traveling distance. So if you want to travel for pleasure or if you're looking to develop contacts within different European countries, it's a great opportunity for you to do so. The top MBA programs in the UK are the London Business School, Oxford, Cambridge, Warwick Business School, Imperial College, University of Manchester. I use a range of indicators to rank these programs. I'll look at the world brand value and reach, the internationality of the school, the alumni network size, average GMAT or GRE scores, English language test scores, the weighted average salary after 3 years, and acceptance rates. You should apply when your application is the strongest. Ideally, that would be in round 1 or round 2 because admissions committees will select the majority of the class from these first 2 rounds. Schools will require a minimum of 3 years of working experience for the MBA. They'll also want to see your transcripts and diplomas from your undergraduate degree. They'll want to have 1 to 3 references. They'll need standardized test scores, including the GMAT or GRE, and if it is applicable to you, an English language test score, like the TOEFL or IELTS. Some schools will require pre-recorded video essays, and most schools now are doing what's called the Kira assessment, which is a live video interview where you are given a question and then you have 1 minute to think of an answer and 1.5 minutes to respond. The best way to be competitive is to have a narrative that admissions committees can relate to. You need to show your personal experience in a way that demonstrates your humanity. And this is the way that you will find the most success. My role as your strategist is to build enough trust with you so that you feel comfortable sharing very personal information about yourself. I can then help you select your stories and elements of your background that will help your application stand out. For example, I was helping a student last year and it took 6 months before I was able to really get a very personal story from him that we used in his graduate school application essays. He had a younger brother with severe mental disabilities who passed away at a young age. And him and his family felt they could not provide his younger brother with the kind of quality of life he deserved because of a lack of consumer options available to him. So his motivation for getting a graduate degree in marketing was to help promote adding consumer options for children with disabilities and other disadvantaged groups. This is a very powerful story, and we shared it within his graduate school application essays, and he gained admission to all of his top schools. I help my students understand the uniqueness of their personal experience and how best to package that. To me, my student and I are on the same team working towards a mutual goal. So I help you with every detail of the application. We typically start with creating a school list that's customized to your personal interests. Then once that's set, we move on to working to find what your personal narrative will be. And that's the most time-consuming part of the application process, but the most important part of it. So once we have that narrative set, then we can work on building evidence to support the narrative if necessary. Then I help you with GMAT and GRE strategy, so I give you resources to study for and take the test. Then I help you to draft your essays. So you will write all of your essays, but I will help you to understand better ways to make them stand out. Then we work through the other aspects of the application, including the interview. So if you are invited to interview, I will help you prepare for that interview. Start early. It takes time to set your short-term and long-term goals and then to craft these into strong essays. Usually it takes a minimum of 6 months. The school that you get accepted into will have a tremendous impact on your future. So take this decision seriously and let Crimson help you make the best decision possible. This is your moment and you need to get it right, so having someone behind you is invaluable. I thoroughly enjoy helping students gain admission to all the top universities in the world because it changes their lives, and witnessing this kind of positive change in another's life is the most fulfilling thing for me. I look forward to getting to know you and your story and to helping you tell it in a compelling way. I wish you every success as you begin your graduate school journey.